Welcome to another episode of the D20 Babes, episode 17, Gather Your Party, which is a Baldur's Gate reference. I hope you like it. Tossing over to the ladies.
Hey, what's up?
Hey. We're back.
I don't like it. Just saying. Oh yeah, we should be nice to Curtis. We should be nice. Okay. So we start out every time we play with a few announcements and contest type things that we have going on. So just in case you have never tuned in before, we're going to explain our ongoing award ceremony. So every game that we play, we award this trophy to whoever is voted to have done the best thing, uttered the best line, just any kind of moment in the game that they're involved with. They get this trophy through your votes on Twitter.
Don't give it to Curtis.
Don't give it to... It happened once where the DM got it and one of us ended up dead. So
It's happened twice and once one of us ended up dead.
But we almost all ended up dead another time. So, so show how much you love us by keeping us alive. And how you do that is hashtag D20Babes with an S. And just keep mentioning things throughout the night. The person who mentioned the thing from last episode is Dan R. And your Twitter handle is at XOSKELLO. So that's Exoskello. Exoskello. Thank you, because you know who you kept alive, maybe, possibly, is me. And that is for the line where she said, I warmed the rope up for you. And that's during the rope episode where it was a lot of flailing about and just
There's a drawing of it.
There's a great drawing of it.
I tried climbing the rope and I rolled a 1, so I farted instead. Thank you, Curtis. Thank you.
That's amazing.
Not today!
Another announcement is that there is a winner of the lovely ring that we've been having an ongoing contest about. However, we're not going to announce it tonight. I know, right? We're so mean. Because we decided that we're going to do a fun night, which we've got a plan. Which we should have done that before. I'm like, by the way, everyone. So we will be announcing that fun night on social media, so on Twitter and on Facebook page and whatnot. But we're going to try to get together very, very soon, hopefully this week, to do like a Jackbox party game thing, because we said that we were going to do that at 1,500 and we're almost at 2,000 followers.
Yay! Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we want to thank you guys. We want to just have a hangout night, chats, play interactive Jackbox.
Jack off
Those
games.
games.
Whoa, Jack.
I heard something else.
I didn't. That's not what you guys told me we'd be doing.
That sounds... we'll explain more. Or maybe we won't. You just have to show up. That is happening, and then we'll also tell the person that they've won their thing, the really awesome ring. I think that's it for my announcements or our announcements. Anybody else got something?
Ooh, no.
When you never really said how they're going to find out about the ring.
Oh yeah, we're gonna announce it at our fun chat night.
There you go.
That we still have to announce to you when it's happening.
So we will surely be announcing when we're going to have our Jackbox party games. And
maybe we can discuss on the break.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll let you know by the end of the stream.
And when we do that,
so
we will
stay
also
tuned.
announce who the winner of the ring is.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just gonna keep judging. There's a lot of head space here. That's completely unnecessary.
All my spells
There
are screwed up.
we
When I
go.
It's my horns.
All right. So if that's it,
Why do I have plus 10 to stealth?
because you had a spell cast on you.
Just
That
my
definitely
question
doesn't
out of the
exist.
gate.
Oh, yeah.
Like, why do I suddenly have
And
that?
you find notes from previous games, you're like, whoa.
So we left off last episode with you in that Velsharoon Forgotten Temple where you killed that priest Rivaldi. That was his name, right? Yeah, Rivaldi. Why does that sound like a cheap street magician? Rivaldi. And you spent time searching the place out. You didn't find anything more in that temple. Most of it had collapsed, and even that room you were in had like all these like fallen away pieces of the floor and the ceiling, and it collapsed in on itself. There was a pile of books, but there was way too much for you to take, and you didn't want to spend too much time in this place. They wanted the job done quickly. There was no one else in this temple, only this Ravati, and as the guardian from the Church of Osiris had said, they thought it'd be one or two, and one was already killed in the sewer, and you assumed that Ravati was the only other one because there's no one else down here. So you returned back to the Temple of Mask, which let's pop up the map section here, and you were greeted by... Man, I gotta get my... It's been a while. Jeez. Take a week off, I forget everything. Debriefing Zephier, and escorted up to the upper level. I'm just gonna find that one here too. I think it's this one. Yes. Escorted up to the upper level where all the sofas were and everything like that. So you haven't actually seen this place, though. You're not... Van is not here right now, obviously. But the three of you have returned back, and you can see that when Zephyr met you at the top of the stairs, you can see that as you walk towards that room where she had chatted with you earlier, that the Guardian is back, and he's sitting there waiting. What was his name again? Asher. He's a guardian of Skuld for the Temple of Osiris. And he's sitting there waiting patiently. Petunia, this whole time you were searching, you were feeling whatever he cast on you has severely ruined your body. You feel incredibly weak. You feel like, even on the way back, you journeyed on the way back, you didn't have Soshaya. He must have left to head back to make sure that the cut purses were okay. Every climbing adventure was worse than Shriela. You were less effective than her even, and it just ached. Every muscle in you has been aching since whatever it was he cast on you. And now that you're finally back, you're absolutely exhausted, but that feeling has not lingered. You feel like you're poisoned, but it's something magical for sure. So you arrive back, and before you walk into the room, Zephyr stops and turns around and pulls you aside to a little side room before you go into that main area. So, before we have a conversation with Asher, I need to know what you found and what you saw and what happened.
Yes, ma'am. Well, right off the bat, there was a priest. We definitely killed him. He's dead. But I don't know what he did. He did something. There was a harpy in a tank down there, and he ripped her heart out.
It seemed like he was harnessing her energy.
Oh, I got arthritis. I need some prunes.
He cast a spell on her as well, and she seemed to have lost all of her strength.
So she looks over at Alyx. Did you see what it was?
No. I don't.
Can you tell me any of the words that he said when he cast that spell? Can you recollect anything that he said? Explain the feeling to me a little bit.
He said, I don't know, I was trying to stab him. And then some energy came out of him. And he hit me, and then all of a sudden, I got the heartburn, and the diarrhengus, and... You know what that...
Diarrhengus.
Everything at once. Oh, I just feel old.
I have no idea.
That's what that smell was. It wasn't
Yeah,
the sewers.
I was like, huh.
Things aren't going
I
well.
thought the sewer was following us.
Not feeling well.
Okay, so she's like, I think I know what has happened to you. It sounds like a curse spell, but I can tend to that in a moment. But first, tell me everything else that happened. So a harpy was, a heart was removed, was extricated. What else did you find?
Well, we didn't find much. There was a bunch of books, kind of basic stuff. Yeah, the heart and the stater.
She looks at it. She holds out her hand.
Do the look at my feet thing?
Well, wait, why don't you tell us more about it first?
I don't know. I need to see it.
Fine. Hand it over.
So she grabs it. And she kind of takes a breath when she grabs it in her hand and she looks it over. This is going to take some time to figure out what this is. And she opens up her cloak and puts it on the inside of her belt and closes it up.
Come on. Finders keepers.
Yeah, that's true. That's a law.
You know, I have to agree with them, and I usually don't. When it comes to stealing, because he's dead. It's okay.
It could be dangerous, and I have to make sure that it's not. You can't just be walking around with cursed items. Who does that?
Yeah.
I
Who would do
don't know.
that?
D20 goes.
That's true.
You'd be crazy. I go crazy, right?
She's got a good point. That would be pretty dumb. Second you find out, though, if that thing's fine, I want that back.
Very well.
Something else that he said before he was dispelled, he said 4 have risen
Yeah.
and 1 more.
No, that was when the Shar was talking to me through the harpy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many voices.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I got the harpy was dead, but Shar I think was talking through her, which was nice.
And what did she say?
She said 4 have risen. Oh, so how many more to go? I have the dementia now too. I'm really old. 1 more to go, but I only know of 3. Who's the 4th? And they're already risen. Can you give us some books?
I mean, this is when you revealed this information to me, it was the first I'd heard of it. There's been rumors that there has been a shift in power for quite some time, but you're the first confirmation. Whether or not it's actually true is yet to be determined. Speaking of which, what was the island? Where was that? Where you found Shar?
Oh, that was a pirate island. It's pirates.
Does that matter?
It does.
Oh.
You see, if dead gods are returning, it's important. And it must be investigated.
Well, wouldn't it be more important to know where they're going? They all are trying to meet in Carnivale.
Yeah, Shar's long gone. She won't stay on the island. She wants to go meet Malar.
What source tells you that they're all going to meet in Cormanther?
Shar.
Well, the harpy told me. Not this harpy that was dying, but the harpy that I met in the Great Forest, who told me that Malar's back, said that they're all going there. That's where Malar is. That's where I assume they're all trying to find Malar so they'd all follow him.
Yeah, or just meet up somewhere so they can.
So can we assume then that Velsharoon is being brought back as well? Since you said you only know of 2 others.
There was somebody groaning down in a pit that stole my javelin. Maybe that was Velsharoon.
She actually laughs at that. I'm pretty sure a dead god would have little use for your javelin.
It was nice.
She's pretty upset.
I'm really upset.
Granted, but still. Alright, if there's nothing else you think that you can tell me about right now, then we must have this conversation with Asher. He's being very impatient.
Of course he is. Ready to go?
Can you do something about my diabetes?
I am going to do something very soon. And that's me talking, not the character.
Well, I am low in strength.
So she says, I can take care of you, but we must have this conversation first. there's a ritual that I must prepare to remove whatever curse was cast on you.
Okay.
I must ascertain exactly what it was.
Okay.
So please, be patient. So she leads you into the room, and he immediately rises to his feet and bows and looks right to you, Alyx.
Rolling my eyes.
What did you find? Have you taken care of the situation?
Yes, sir.
And in the end, how many were down there?
I don't know, is that counting the horde of zombies or just the guy?
Just the guy.
One guy. The guy.
What happened?
He attacked us, he was doing some sort of summoning ritual, and then we killed him.
And his body?
As per your orders. What did we do with him? We left him?
I think we threw him in. Did I throw him in the pit?
I'm pretty sure we just left.
I took the harpy's heart, but that's it.
You did?
Yeah.
So it's
She
in
said
your
I could
bag?
have it. Well, she didn't tell me I couldn't have it.
Two different things, but anyway. Given that she was dead.
Yeah.
Well, Shar was talking out of her, so I think that's where she felt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
of course.
it's
Oh, of course, yeah. So, he nods and he looks to Zephier, who's also walked in the room behind the four of you, and she's carrying herself as gracefully as ever. And she does a big sweeping, sit down at her desk. Well, Asher, it looks like the women have done the job effectively, as I expected. So, payment. And he goes into his pouch and reaches in and drops a huge bag of coins on the table. And we've taken care of the orb. You don't no need to worry of that anymore. It's back in our possession. Sounds like one of your associates is there waiting for you. Slade and his sister Van. They were wondering where you were. Anyway, thank you for doing the job. I expect a full report. And he looks to Zephyr and she's like, of course, everything is always documented to the greatest degree of accuracy. And he nods, of course it is. That's why we come to you. And he gives another bow. Out he goes. So you guys each get 100 gold pieces.
Ooh.
I'm at 300.
And Zephyr comes over and she starts to close her eyes and holds her hands out and starts to mutter in a dialect of Mulhorundi. And she's praying over you to see what is going on with you. Well, it's a fairly simple curse. I can undo it, and considering the service that you've done for the Church of Mask, I will offer it to you free of charge, of course. And she looks over to you. Pay attention. You're probably not capable yet of such a powerful spell, but one day, perhaps, you will understand how it works. Pay close attention. And she prays and does a 10-minute ceremony where she prays in Mulhorundi, and when she does this thing, she you've seen her do this before. When she prays, sometimes there's a weird shadow version that kind of protrudes out from her body like a living shadow, and it goes back in, and it kind of dances around her with kind of this weird swaying movement, and then when she finishes the prayer, it goes back inside, and she opens up her eyes and reaches out and grabs you on both shoulders, and you feel it being like lifted out of your body. Whatever was in this magical curse gets pulled out, and she takes it into her hands. You can see these black veins going up her arms, and that shadow version kind of gets melded into it and pulls it into her body, and the veins disappear as the shadow kind of absorbs it back in, and she takes a deep breath. She relaxes. How do you feel?
Wow. Are we intimate now? That felt very intimate.
Definitely not.
Oh.
That was strictly as friends.
That's great. I feel great. I want to go kill things.
Well, that is your prerogative. In the meantime, I need to have a conversation with you. The two of you, feel free to go visit the library in the archives. You can go speak to the man at the front door. He will escort you to the archives.
It's nice in there. Favorite place. Gonna like it.
Yeah, we gotta find out who the other god is. We gotta do that.
Okay.
Sure.
Whatever it is you have to do.
Will we see you after?
I don't know. Depends what else I have to do, but...
Stay in the archive for a little while, and we will come for you when the time is right. But you have as much time as you need.
Okay.
What about Van? Diana, come meet us? Is she there?
No, I think
No,
she's
back at the
she's
cut
back-
purses.
Yeah, the cut purses. She's okay. She's with her
Oh,
brother.
okay.
So you guys head down the stairs, and she turns to you. For whatever reason, these women seem to have some kind of connection with all of these events going on. I haven't told you about these rumors, not in full detail of what we know. We have assumed for some time that Shar was returning. A very long time ago, Shar had dominion over the dark and over the shadows. And when she was destroyed, Mask was the one that assumed that portfolio and domain. Our ability to control the shadows has been waning. It's not something that you have yet learned. In time, again, you might, but the power that we had in the dark is being taken from us, and we suspected that Shar was coming back. And for whatever reason, this very strange group of women seems to be drawn to it, and I don't know why.
So they're not just full of shit, because they seem like they've eaten, like, way too many meat buns.
That is also true. One in particular. But no, I think there's some validation in their story. I think it's true. At the very least, the Shar story is true. Malar, I don't know. We have no direct... Our church has no history with Malar, so I couldn't say directly. I would like for you to go with them. If they are being drawn into these events, we need someone there to understand exactly what is happening. None of them seem to have any knowledge of any kind of religion whatsoever. You being there could be a benefit to them, but of course ultimately beneficial to the Church of Mask. We are seriously concerned about this news. I have spoken with the Mark Rasslin, and he has been praying since you left, trying to come up with some guidance as to what to do next. We have decided that we would send you along with them, wherever it is they're going. They seem to be bent on going to Cormanthier.
What? I mean, sorry. I thought you meant, like, escort them around town. I can escort them around town, but...
No. This is greater than that.
Zeph!
It's time for you to leave home.
Oh.
And I expected you would react as such. So this is not a request. You must leave here. It's been a long time in the coming, and honestly, the matters here in Skald, you're beyond that now. You can't grow further in our church unless you spend time out in the world. You must stop being a child.
Not. Fine, whatever. So, I just go wherever they're going? Or am I supposed to bring them somewhere?
Just follow them. Wherever it is they go, write down the things that you experience. We will give you an item that will allow you to converse with us at a distance. And you are going to be our eyes and ears out in the world. On top of that, there's one more matter that we need to have a discussion about.
Hmm.
There is an item, we believe, that is connected to one of them traveling with them by the woman in the name of Van. Her father is involved in some mischief that is causing, as you know, some strife between the varying thieves' guilds. There's a harp that he stole from the very guild that he used to work for.
Where?
Which one?
Hmm?
What did you say?
Where?
Oh, you're aware. I thought you said where. I'm just trying to find where I wrote it down here. Oh, yeah. It is the Harp of Arvand, and it is something that has caused very big problems for us. All of those little meetings that we were sending you on, we're trying to smooth the waters between them, but everyone is blaming each other, and especially the leader of the Wither. As you know, the leader of the Wither is a tiefling. The Harp of Arvand is an item that has great power against outsiders and demons like him. For what reason we don't know. We know he stole it and we know he sold it. And we believe that this daughter of his, Van, has been searching it for a few years now, unsuccessfully. So that is another reason we need you to go with her. If she does truly know where the harp is, you need to help her get it back, or else the Thieves' War is going to break out in full, and there'll be nothing we can do to stop it.
Well, that I'm down for. I'll go help them find the harp.
It doesn't matter what you are down for.
Matters to me what I'm down for.
Trust me, you will enjoy getting out of this city.
Maybe.
Now, I'm going to go speak with the two. Prepare yourself, because you are going to be leaving with them as soon as they do. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. And she leaves. Alright, so the two of you have a bit of time in the archives. What exactly are you looking for? You don't have a lot of time in the archives, but what are you looking for?
Any mention of the old gods?
It kind of seemed to be connected with like darkness and the afterlife, so kind of anything along that.
Okay, so you can make an investigation. Is that a thing in this world? I think it is, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, ooh. We've never done that.
We're
A
putting
new
on.
roll.
We're doing some research. Oh, I'm doing a really good job.
11.
4.
So you spend the library, when you walk down, it's in a lower basement level. You go beyond that rising staircase and you go around, and there's another one that leads down further into a basement level. And you go down a corridor and open up the door, and there's this giant multi-story. Like, you go in and there's another 2 floors. It's a big circular open area with books aligned all the way, and you can look, there's ladders that go down on all the ways. It's this giant archive. And there are a few people tending to the archive, and they see you walk in, and they tell you what you're looking for. Check in this section over here, there might be something there. You spend a good half hour trying to find sources, but Petunia, you're completely out of your league. You've never been in a library before in your entire life.
Oh, no.
I'm just sniffing books.
You have, Shriela, but it's been a very long time since you left home.
Yeah.
That you used to go to the archives of your family archive with your grandmother, and she would often read to you and give you books about your homeland and try to educate you as best she could. But it's been a long time, and this is a completely foreign archive as well. Even with help, you're unable to ascertain anything. And as you go around the last corner to you finally find a section, you look up and Zephier is standing right there. And she's standing straight and tall. So, I understand that you have been on quite the journey, you and your wife, Van. I would like to send Alyx with you. It seems you are a little oblivious to the ways of religion, and she has studied under me her entire life. So, I believe that she could be of some assistance to you. And I'm sure you saw that when you traveled with her and fought that corrupted priest, that she's more than capable. She's young, but she's very wise.
Wow.
If somewhat belligerent, most of the time.
That's what I liked about her. Well, I'll tell you, lady, the same thing I told her. I warned her. Traveling with us, it's not... A lot of people don't survive. So it's pretty likely, it would be a miracle if she did. We are cursed.
Well, you were actually literally cursed.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I fixed that.
That's true, but...
I wouldn't send her if I didn't believe she was capable. I care for her greatly.
Well, there's...
Exactly. You care for her greatly. You're sending her quite a far ways from you.
There's nothing more I can teach her here. She has to leave and go out and experience the world. She's grown up in a temple most of her life.
She'd probably be safer on her own than coming with us. There's things about us that maybe aren't apparent.
Like what?
Like...
Like the fact that she has lycanthropy?
Whoop.
My hat actually goes whoop.
Excuse me.
That's rude.
You didn't have to yell that out so loud.
Well, I was already aware of the fact.
May I ask how?
I wouldn't be a very effective leader of the Church of Mask if I didn't know a little bit more than what the common eye would see.
Common eye.
That's right.
Well, if she didn't have, like, I can't pronounce it. Pithy. It's a long word. If she didn't have it already, then I wouldn't be traveling with her, because people that travel with me that aren't already cursed tend to befall a bad fate. And I'm not...
I know you're trying to dissuade me from this path.
Well, I'm not, you know...
You're not going to convince me of my situation in this. I've made up my mind. You can choose to accept her, or you can choose to turn her away, but this is going to be a journey where she grows as a young woman and learns more about who she is. She's not going to do that here.
Well, just know I'm not protecting her. I'm not a babysitter.
You don't have to be. She can take care of herself. I need also someone out there that has a better understanding of the events that you pulled yourself into. What is happening could fundamentally change the world. And so far, it seems you've been bumbling through all these experiences without little understanding what's really going on.
Yes, but I think bumbling is a harsh word.
What have you learned from these experiences? You lost a friend.
I learned that the things I've been ignoring about myself all my life, I'm now going to accept and find out. And that might mean that anyone that travels with me might be at peril.
I understand. But these events are more important than you. And Alyx will be able to help. We need her out there, and I believe, for whatever reason, you've been pulled into the center of these events. You have come across 3 dead gods. Do you not understand the significance of that?
Well, we're coming across them again, because that's the direction.
Good. Then Alyx needs to be there with you.
If she can point me to them, then that's where. Then she can be of use.
Good. Then it is settled.
Okay.
Is there going to be a contract involved?
No. I will take your word as you can take mine. Alyx has already been informed of the fact that I would like her to go. And she's packing her things presently. She will leave when you leave.
Well, definitely we need to go to the cut purses and speak with Van first.
Very well. And she nods and she leaves. So what do you do?
And Alyx is not here?
Alyx is still packing her
She's still
things.
packing. That's strange.
She must have done something to really piss her off, and her punishment is to travel with us.
No. Well, I mean, yes. But I feel like she really likes her. Like, why would she throw her into this?
Well, it is certain death, I told her. So, she hates her.
Well, I guess she's with us now.
Poor kid. Well, don't get attached.
Okay. It's harder said than done.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna try to, do my own thing and keep her, just make sure she does it.
Okay.
Follow right into the monster's mouth. People say that, right?
I think so. I think it's close. It's quite
Right.
close, but I know what you mean.
And she does know a lot. If she knows about religion, then she can.
Yeah, I think she will be useful, but she is, like she said, like, you're belligerent too, but it's like in a different way. She's
What are you talking about?
What? Oh.
I'm very easygoing.
Yeah. But yeah, for us, because we know you, but I think to other people, you're pretty, petunia, you know? Like,
Yeah, I know.
people who don't know, you know, it's very, so I think, anyways, we'll figure it out. Let's just go pick up Alyx, and we'll go back to the cut purses. I miss Van. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Alright, so you guys unsuccessfully visit the archives, but who knows, it's a place you can visit in the future if you need any kind of reference. But it sounds like Alyx has a fairly good understanding of religion, so she'll be able to help you out a little bit. So that's Zephier. You're still packing your things, and she appears in the doorway. I've spoken with them, and they are quite happy to accept you. I was surprised they had very little qualms about it.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yes,
Make it a little bit easier to know at least they want me around.
exactly. So it is understandable. You are a very powerful young woman, and they saw no reason why that you wouldn't be able to fit in quite nicely. Oh, and then she turns, and you can see the pair of them walking up together. They've got their gear, and she just kind of says, "Well, I'll leave you to it." And she goes in, and she actually gives you a hug, and she affectionately kisses her on the forehead, still treating her like a child, obviously. And says, "Well, good journeys to you." And she goes in, and she reaches into her pocket, and she pulls out a little ring, and drops it in your hand, and it's a black, it's just like an obsidian, and it has a cold feel to it. It feels like stone. And she says, "You can use this as the sun sets. It is only really functioning at night during the time of prayer. You can spend a time in prayer to converse with us directly. Let us know what is happening. Take good care of it. See that it does not get damaged.
I don't lose it or anything.
Well, I'm just I care. All right.
Okay.
Now, and she's ready to go. Take care of her. She'll take care of you. Very good then." And she walks away.
Buddies. Ready to go?
Do you eat a lot?
No.
Okay.
Sometime.
She is in charge of the food supply.
Yeah.
She does double rations for herself.
So we get half rations.
Yeah.
You get. Oh, that makes sense.
I share.
No, she's getting a lot better.
You hear, as you are standing outside your room right now, which is kind of at the base of those stairs, there's a room just off to the side of it. You hear her call, Zephier call from the top of the stairs. "Oh, yes, love, I packed something in the bag for you. A little going away gift. Take care, ta-ta," and off she goes.
She's so strange.
Check what it is before I leave.
You just see a ornately carved box with a little golden latch on it, and it has a beautifully golden inlaid symbol of mass, kind of laid out flat instead of long, top to bottom. It's flat and goes like a ribbon, goes all the way around, but it's inlaid in silver and gold.
Okay, I'm just gonna take it and flip it over.
Okay, that dagger is in there.
Close it.
There's a little note there as well.
Okay, I want to read that.
Okay, so you just look at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we see the ring? Like, did we see her
You guys can make a perception check, sure.
Nice.
Dang it.
Come on.
I'm 16.
19.
Yeah, you just saw it. Her get a little ring, and did you put it on?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Well, actually, do you have the sleight of hand? Would you have tried to hide that if you saw them coming?
Yes,
Okay,
because I feel like I'm a super secret detective.
Okay,
person right
so
now.
make a sleight of hand check.
17.
What'd you get?
16.
19.
So you saw
see
it. She pockets it, or she slides it on and like pulls a glove over it or something to hide it. But she has a little ring that was given to her by Zephier. So do you guys head out? All right. So you guys head out you gather your gear. You've never taken a trip like this before, so you travel maybe light, just gather what stuff you need. And you head back through the tunnels, and you have to blindfold them again and lead them back to the Cutpurses. So, Van, you've been returned now for a couple of hours. When you got back, there was this large man in plate mail who was talking to some of the different people that were still hanging around the Cutpurses. And when you came in, he was pocketing that orb that you guys found in this. Do you remember where the Cutpurse's location was? It's where you guys saw that halfling get his head punched open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's where.
I remember that part.
That's where you are right now. And when you returned, you saw this. He's got a shaved head. He has a very Egyptian style. He even has like a bit of makeup, and he has an Eye of Osiris painted on his forehead. And he's this giant guy. He's massive, and it appears that he's there on official business and that he has permission from the Church of Mask. And he's taken that orb, and he didn't have a lot to say to anybody. He just confiscated it and asked a couple of questions of what happened here and what everybody saw. Everyone complied, given that he's a very powerful member of the church. And that's basically when you walk in. And he has a few questions for you as well, generally about what happened in the room and everything that you saw, what happened with Leah. Most of that information's already been revealed to him. But there's not much conversation. He leaves pretty much immediately, leaving you and Slade to kind of converse over what it is, that discussion that you had over the last few hours. And that's when you see everyone return, and you are all reunited back at the Cutpurses HQ, and the four of you are together again, and I'm going to cut the camera to you.
Hey guys, how are you? I'm back.
Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. Awesome. How was your time on your own?
It was okay. More necromancy, dying harpy. She got cursed.
Oh my god, are you okay?
I'm cursed now.
You're cursed now?
I'm
cursed.
No, I'm
Oh,
cursed.
okay.
I'm
Awesome.
Yeah. Cursed and uncursed, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Worse things have happened this week, so.
It was kind of funny. She was even worse at me than climbing.
Oh, what?
Worse.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
Honey.
Oh, I mean, I'm joking, yeah.
I was on par. I wasn't worse. It's bad.
Very sweet. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Seems like you guys had a rough time.
Yeah.
And Alyx is going to be joining us.
Yeah, I'm coming with you guys.
That's a surprise. Is
Yeah.
that safe?
Yeah.
I told her.
You what?
I told Alyx it wasn't safe.
Yeah, she gave the whole.
Yeah, but it obviously is a punishment, so now she must face her for certain death.
Yeah, I remember Zephyr. Did you meet Zephyr? The head of the Church of Mask.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Did Mark ask? I think you.
I think I did. Yeah.
So she sent her. Surprise.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be nice to have you with us. You
I
know you're
I'm
like
so
a sister.
glad you guys are excited to hang out.
Yeah. If you're a bit stronger, then you could carry all our stuff. But I gotta build my strength back, so I'll carry it still.
Zephyr was saying that Alyx has a strong background in religion, so especially with all these gods, that she can be very helpful.
Well, that is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll try to keep you safe because this is gonna be the hell of a journey.
Yeah. So can you help us find Malar and who the fourth god is?
Fifth god.
Well, yeah, we need to know who the third god is and the fourth god.
What? No, we know the fourth god.
What are you guys talking about?
Oh yeah.
Oh, another god risen while you were gone.
And you just say it like that?
You were gone.
Right.
So casual.
Yeah,
just another god.
We need to find out more about them, what they're about.
So they think that it's Val Sharoon. Is that right? Am I saying it
Yeah,
right?
Belsharoon.
Yeah.
has
What happened wrong with it?
has arisen, and I'm sorry. What is Velsharoon's thing like? What is he
Can I
she stand for?
roll for that? Because I
Yep.
think I wrote it down. Oh, that's not great. 8.
You actually don't really know. Zephyr told you a little bit about it, but Velsharoon is... His portfolio has something to do with death. In what capacity, you're not exactly sure, because Osiris is also a... In Mulholland, his portfolio is kind of the guardian of the dead and the undead, like the place between the living and dead. But there's a similarity there, but you're not exactly sure what the main difference is. And in your mind, they're pretty similar, except for Velsharoon's dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't say I know much about that one, but I mean,
Oh,
well, no, I know about religions. It's just you guys keep talking about these dead religions that there's not really much talked about in books.
Wow.
So we're kind of in a journey to learn more stuff.
Yeah, well, like, what is there books that would have it, or would they be written down somewhere, or somebody know?
I mean, I honestly haven't come across much, but all I know is Velsharoon is a death god, but there's tons of those.
well, yeah.
Like every religion has their god of death.
Malar.
Well, what did you roll in the archive again? Did you get 11 for investigate?
Yeah.
Okay. So you didn't. There's one thing that I can tell you. There's one thing that overall that most people don't day to day think about it. It's almost like a legend. One of the books that you find talks about the killing of gods and how a long time ago, between the region of 1,000 to 2,000 years ago, there was a massive war that took place where certain gods were seen as being problems, and they often had followers that were radicalized that would do kind of crazy things like insane cults. Shar was one of them.
Yeah.
Bane was another one. The ones that the names you have heard,
Yeah.
these gods were destroyed by the other gods, and every single trace of their worshippers were hunted to extinction. And basically, the different churches across the world gathered together and ended those lines. But that's a legend that most people, it's just kind of like a myth that people are like, well, come on, how do you kill gods? How does it even happen? Would the gods actually go and kill other gods? Like, hunting down people to extinction seems crazy. And even though a lot of people know about that, you kind of read enough in some of the books while you were there to figure out that there might be truth to that story, and it is connecting with some of the stuff that you have already been uncovering. There were 5 gods that were in the history and the mythology were destroyed. Bane, Velsharoon, Malar, Shar, and Talos.
Oh.
Talos?
Talos. Oh.
Nice investigation.
So the reasons, the true reasons are lost to time. Nobody really
Yeah.
knows why. Like, that was the theory with a lot of the historians, that it was because those gods tended to have fanatical followers that they wanted to get rid of that because they were causing problems all over Farron, and so they destroyed them. Which comes into line with some of the stuff that Shar said. Shar said that there were followers of her that were doing things she did not agree with, and ultimately they were destroyed for it. Anyway, you guys all know that. You would have a passing knowledge of that anyway.
Okay.
That would have been something that Alyx would have known. You wouldn't have to read a book for that. You would have been taught about, like, the myths, the mythology. That even in the Church of Mask, it was still almost taught, like, there is this myth about these gods that existed several thousand years ago, and this is what happened. But there's not really any evidence they actually existed. There's ruins and stuff. Dead temples, but there's no actual manifestation of their power that's recorded.
Okay. But I would likely know more about Shar.
You know a little bit more about her, yeah.
Okay.
So, that is what you know. So you guys are back united, back together.
So I did manage to go to the archives and find out that that what Shar was saying in the dream that you had, your vision, that it's true. It's documented. It did happen.
What are we gonna do now? Are we
Well, I
figuring
mean,
out more?
well, Shar actually came back.
So did Malala.
Again?
Yeah, and spoke.
Yeah.
In Petunia.
Yeah, and I think she spoke to me in a dream too when you guys were on the ship doing the things when you don't talk about in front of other people.
She did?
Well, I had this dream and then a bit of a scary and there was crawling all over the walls like this scuttly like snow weasel and it spoke kind of like Shar.
What did it say? Do you remember?
I can't remember. It said.
Whoa.
It said.
Good
Great
story.
information.
Well, it was very confusing. I was really scared. It said they will. Something they're still here, or something like that. I don't know. They'll rise again. That kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I think it's pretty obvious that there is something going on. Like, we can't deny that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was reading, so the article I read also said that Talos, is that right?
Talos?
Talos.
Yeah.
Has come, is the fifth god that got killed in the big massacre, because all the names match up. Shar, Malar, Bane, Belshroon, and that one.
Yeah.
So I guess
But it seems like they're all trying to relieve, you know what I mean? Reborn
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something? Yeah.
That's what they want.
So we have to go back to Corinthia, because that's where they're all going, we think.
Well, that makes sense to me. I would be alright going back to Cremanther.
Did you figure everything out here with Slade, Lenny? How did that go?
Well, Slade at least has the information that he needs now to continue his new journey.
Yes. We. I think I'm going to try to take over this little band here and try to give them some direction and maybe steer them away from some of the more nefarious crimes that the other thieves guilds are known for. Try to keep this an honest thieving operation.
That's how we do it.
Exactly. But yes, I very much appreciate that you were willing to have Van come with me. It was important that she did, and we learned a lot.
Yeah.
So I've set something up for you guys. I know you've been wanting to get out of the city and quietly, I understand. I had some connection with Zephier. Zephier told me that, she told me how to set this up. So I have arranged transport for you out of the city, and we'll be leaving later on tonight under the cover of darkness. So when you're ready, we can start heading in that direction north of the city.
That's great news. Thank you.
It's really hot here.
It's very hot here. I don't mind it.
Now we're black all day.
I never understood that about you, but
That
that was always your thing.
I have some fur trim on my dress.
So
We're like a little
So he goes and he's like, I'm just going to talk to the crew, and then when you guys are ready, we'll head out and get you out of this city so you can go wherever it is you need to go.
Okay.
So he goes off and goes to talk to the remaining people of the cut purses while you figure out your plan.
So, where do you guys think we need to go? You've had more experience with these gods than I have.
We're gonna go up north.
Yeah, that's kind of the goal.
Yeah.
We've been actually trying to go to Corinthia for quite a while now, and as life goes.
Why would she want to do that? I mean, it makes sense now, but I don't know why you would want to go there.
What do you mean?
It's like dead. There's nothing up there.
Well, don't know. It's where my family is originally from, and I've only heard stories about what it was like before from my grandma. And I've always wanted to go there. Have you been there?
No, I mean, I've just read about it. It's pretty much barren, but if that's what you guys want to do, I mean, it's a great lead for these dead gods things. And
That's weird, because Shar did say she wanted to be around people. And I got that feeling from her that she'd been locked up for so long and she needs people to spread her word. And then I just think all the gods would want to do that if they were dead. They would now, being alive, it's weird they would want to go where there's no people.
Perhaps they just want people first to gain strength, and then for some reason they're heading to Cremanther.
Yeah.
The heartbeat told me that that's where Malar had risen again, because that's where it started.
You guys can make the three of you can roll. You weren't there for this. You guys can make intelligence checks.
Doing great.
You've got the highest intelligence out of all of us.
Come on, Petunia.
Oh, my one!
Oh, really?
Yes!
You roll terrible.
I'm
5.
12.
Wait, what was this?
Something about the
Intelligence.
heat. The heat is swelling my brain, and I'm like...
Just straight up intelligence, eh? Well,
Yep.
So
1.
you then you remember that the one thing that about Malar, or the visitor, that they basically, the one thing that they knew about him is that you don't know whether that was Malar or not. You guys had suspected that the visitor was Malar, but they said that he visited for a time, and then he said he was heading north. So if you look at the map, and I'm just going to swivel out of view here. He came from Cormanther.
Mm-hmm.
He traveled to, where are we, the Grey Woods,
Yeah.
and then he headed north.
Oh, so that's tomorrow.
So he headed north from somewhere in here, headed northward. That's where he said he was going to continue on his work.
That's kind of my territory.
So, like,
That's
north
a-
of Latvia. Oh.
Yeah.
That's barbarian lands.
Wait, and then where's High Moon?
High Moon's south of Cormanther. It's way over here.
Oh, well, we've lost all of them.
Well, I think that... Okay, so let's get things straight. I really think we need to go to Cremanther. I need to find my mother. And I need to fucking find my mother.
Yeah, I
I
got the
think-
same thing, but I think I need to find the gods before I find your mom.
I'm just worried that she might go on her way to make things worse. But I think what the visitor really meant is that he is in Impiltur now. Impiltur.
Okay.
So north of where we were before?
Yes, not really Cremanther.
Yeah, we gotta promise me nobody goes up against your mom until I talk to Shar or Malar or somebody again. See, we're not. Your mom. I'm gonna kill your mom. We're not strong enough. We need the strength.
I mean, if that's okay. Like,
I don't care if it's okay. I'm gonna kill your mom.
I think this is the worst thing I've said, but
Your mother-in-law's gonna be toast.
oh, I hate her! I'm just
I hate
respecting
her
my
too.
wife. Oh, okay, good. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
so
Yeah, we need the strength of. She's a monster. So
she definitely is.
I'm not monster enough. But I know there's something in me that I can.
Wait, why is she in Cremanther?
I was just gonna ask you the same thing.
Well, because I...
How do you know
I'm-
that?
I've been doing... I just guided her there, I believe.
Why?
Because there's nothing there, obviously.
I think that's where what my mom wants is.
You mean the harp
Yes.
and your father?
No, my father is imprisoned here.
Confirmed.
Confirm?
Yeah. What?
Oh, no, nothing. But
So she's gonna come find you when she finds out it's not there.
Yeah. So we're not gonna lose her. And like, if you say it's barren, then 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 there's nobody there.
So we gotta move fast. She'll come to us.
Oh,
yes. But if it's any consolation to you, while I was on my journey with Slade, I did learn a new song that I think it will help us control her a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah. Really?
Yes.
that's good.
Anything.
Yeah.
I don't really. Yeah. Her powers are very new to me. I've never seen anything like that.
I know, she's too powerful.
Think about how powerful the mavens are. And that's because of using the power of Malar. And then when I was with Shar, I was really powerful. I could go into the shadows. You can do a lot with those gods.
That's right. You did.
Yeah, I could do that.
Are you saying you want, like, Shar back again?
Yeah. She's been saying that a lot.
I'm not sure if that's a great idea.
I don't think so either. Thank you.
Well, to fight a monster.
Let's ask Alyx. She knows a lot about religion. I don't think it's a good idea that she gets a dead god inhabiting her again.
I mean, like, oh well. The ability to meld into shadows sounds pretty good, though.
Yeah, I was in a different.
You were totally not helping.
Really?
If I could have done
Alex.
that, I could have maybe got our friend back. If I could have done that at that time.
You can't keep thinking about what you could have done different. Okay?
Well, you know what? This point forward, I think I'll be able to take your mom on if we become more a monster. I can do that. She used that part of me, and now I'm gonna become stronger than her.
You can be stronger than her without having Shar.
Well, maybe I'll have all the gods on my side.
You could also have tactics and a pretty badass healer. Maybe. That sounds like a good idea.
We gotta find out about these people anyway.
So where are we going? We
We're gonna
can
go.
head to Commander and see what's there, or we can
We need to go where the gods are. So if you're saying that
Impiltur.
then we should go there.
Or at least go up that way and maybe see if there's people that know.
Know anything?
Know
else?
anything, right? Because it's still a port-ish place, and it's still
It's
beside.
a step in the right direction,
Yeah.
no matter where we end up wanting to go. So.
Yeah, a little bit of research won't hurt us, I guess.
Where's Olive again?
She's in High Moon.
Ah,
We had
Ooh,
a
what?
there. Okay, so did you ever hear about Kindred Spirits? Remember where we said when we went to become mavens?
You can make a knowledge religion roll to see what you know about that.
15.
You've heard of them. They were a non-religious. I got non-religious.
That's self-help group?
Yes, exactly. And they were banned from Skald. They were actually kicked out. They tried to set up operations here, and they were fucking kicked out.
What?
All of the temples kicked them out.
Those swindling, not even a religion, pseudo-religious...
We were members.
yeah. They really helped me with my rage.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I had a drug abuse problem. No, they totally.
Maybe you guys became better people through life experiences?
Right?
Yeah.
I thought you supported me.
Well, because you want to go, but I don't believe in that shit. In that stuff.
What?
Excuse me.
Oh my god! First the lies. You're just pouring out.
They don't understand because they're not kindred spirits. They
That's
just don't
right.
get it.
Yeah, tell me
They
how you
don't get
really
it.
feel.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ooh.
We were told that people would be like this.
Mama.
So anyway,
They're not one with the
exactly.
Speaking of, you guys make it really hard to think straight. Where are we going?
You just said it.
Impiltur.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. What city do you want to go to?
We want to head I guess are all of these like port cities
Well,
here?
we-
Yeah,
we
you can get
were-
the crafts
the
can
Great
get
Forest
to.
is like, where's the forest?
You can get a ship up to any of these, like in here. You can't go up the rivers though.
Okay, so
What?
So not here. So more like there.
Yeah.
Ilmwatch.
You want to watch?
That's
Okay.
on it. That's as north as we can get
Ilmwatch?
by ship.
So what is it?
Yeah.
Ilmwatch, yeah.
Ooh, I have that written down already.
Maybe I'll
That might
run
be
into a
important then.
barbarian.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go to Ilmwatch because that might be a thing that's already written down on a piece of paper somewhere.
So Slade comes in as you're having that conversation, and he puts his arm around, like he kind of stands between Alyx and Van, puts his arms around both. He was like, "All right, you guys got to figure it out. What's going on?"
We're gonna go to Ilmwatch.
All right, I think that's quite doable. You guys are gonna have yourselves a nice little pleasure cruise wherever it is you need to go.
Slumber party.
Just the four of you plus a small crew.
Is there any metal cages on the ship?
It's crazy.
Would you have told him, Slade, while you were away
Yeah.
together? You told
Yeah.
him what happened? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Van told me a little bit about her predicament, insinuated that there might be others. Looks at you. So, yes, that has been arranged.
Cool. No one wants to fill me in, Miss Secrets?
What secrets?
You'll sleep better if you don't.
Come on, Van.
Do I have to
Alyx
sleep?
lived with us for a few years. You can tell her.
Alright.
She is traveling with you.
Yeah, I guess you're sort of like a sister to me, so whatever, family first.
Whatever.
So whatever.
We might have a little bit of a lycanthropy problem that we can't quite control.
Well,
It's just when it's a full moon. It's not all the time.
But we forget when that is.
No.
when was the last time this happened? I'm writing it down.
Possibly
Well,
on the
when
way.
we, on the way to Skuld.
Wait a second. So like
So remember, it was about 10 days from when you...
landed.
Well, yeah, so it was 10 days from the time you woke up and it was a bloodbath.
Oh.
Till getting to
and then-
Skuld.
Okay.
You've been here for a few
How-
days, so you're looking at about 14 days right now.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. We have like another what?
Like,
2 weeks?
write down a
Week and
piece
a
of
half?
paper. It's just like
What is it? 28
period
days?
tracking sheet. Okay.
Yeah,
And-
28 days.
Unless she shifts into a wolf. We don't know what will happen. You should try it. You should try it.
You should try it.
Yeah, I think I know. I'm getting nervous because I'm heading closer back to the Grey Forest where horrible things happened. But you're stronger now, and
Yeah.
you'll sing me that song, and you'll wake me up, right?
Yeah. As long as we're together.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll be able to figure out a way to control this better eventually.
Yeah.
So Slade's like, alright, well, are you ready to go?
Right.
Yes.
So he leads you out of the sewer system, and after taking you quite a ways, you're familiar with the path he's taking it. This is a known smuggling route that goes through the sewer system underneath the city, and you end up north of the city, not too far away from where you had the farewell to Leah. You can actually see, if you were to follow the beach, you can see that little outcropping where you had set it up. And he takes you a different route, leads you overland, and it's very like dry grass land out here. And you can see as you come up over this high crest that in the distance it slowly starts to fade away to this sprawling desert, which looks like it goes on for an eternity, and it's just rained like in the very, very far distance. As the sun starts to set, you can see the shadowed outcropping of mountains that lines this desert probably 20-30 miles away. And you come up over the crest and go down, and there's a guy standing next to a little rowboat, and he's just standing there waiting. He's holding a lantern on the end of a stick, and he's leaning on it. And Slade starts to walk down the hill, and all right, this is it. This is gonna take you to the ship.
Oh, I thought this was a ship. I was like, oh.
No, you would not survive very long in the ocean. You clearly have not traveled the ocean very much. So he leads down. He talks to the man, just kind of whispers, and the man nods. And he steps forward. He's an older elven man, and he has he's different looking than you've really seen before. He actually has Asian features, and he's very tall. He's about 6'2", very, very thin, and he has a long, kind of scraggly, grayish black goatee. And he's just kind of leaning on, and he leans down. Impiltur, that is your destination then?
Yeah,
That is correct.
Very well, we can make sure that happens. And he looks and he nods to Slade. Slade has informed me that you'll be leaving this city with a few secrets behind, so you are safe with us. Please step aboard the boat, and I will take you to the craft that will see you to your destination. And he sweeps this long, thin hand and his long fingers out towards this little craft for you to get in.
Clicking on.
All right. So you get in, and he steps to the edge of the boat and mutters something in a language none of you understand. And you feel like a wind kind of just pick up from his cloak, almost like it's coming out of his cloak, and it flutters very dramatically as he stands there. And he just pushes a hand out, and the boat just and starts to float out to the water. And you see Slade. He's just he's waving to you. You said your goodbyes as you were going. And you see him just kind of standing on the shore waving. He's like, we'll see each other again. Got to get to know this sister-in-law of mine.
I'm like, soon, brother, soon.
Bring her back, all of you in one piece, all right? And then he just kind of waves as you guys disappear out of
I
sight.
promise that.
Stop being so negative.
We're like, ignore her.
So you guys continue on, and you see after about a half hour floating across the dark waters, you see against the glimmer of the moon across the water a dark outlined ship, and it's a lot smaller than the one that you were on previously. It looks like it would hold maybe 10 people with a very small crew. And you get to the side of it, and this little craft you're in just kind of floats right up, almost it is magically up to this larger boat. And you can see a couple of shadows on the railing watching as you arrive, and they just give a wave. And the boat nudges up against it, and they throw down a rope ladder to the side.
Oh, it's a ladder.
I hope I don't have to roll.
You have to roll. Just for Yella, though. I want to see what she gets.
Is there sharks in the water below?
Yeah, there's 70 sharks floating around.
Oh, sharks too.
Yeah.
Oh, then don't roll yet. Don't roll yet.
Wait.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, God. I was like, oh, God.
If you ever do need help with the ropes, let me
You got it. All right, so who goes first?
I'll go first. I picked up a dice. I don't actually have to roll to figure it.
Okay, so you just climb up the rope, and there's a hand that is reaching out over to pull you up over the railing, and pulls you over effortlessly while the rest of you start climbing up. And it's a young man. Looks like he's in his early 20s. He's human. He's definitely Mulhorundi in descent, and he just doesn't really say a thing. He literally just helps everybody else on board, and goes back to, looks like he's a sailor. He's helping with the ship preparation, and they start to pull out. The mast kind of starts to fold out, and after a minute or two, the four of you just kind of standing on the edge, you see a young woman, also Mulhorundi human. She looks like she's probably in her early 40s, a little bit heavier set, and she walks over, she bows. So, where am I taking you?
We're headed towards. I can't read it.
Elm's Watch?
Yeah,
Elm Watch.
Yep.
You know, I understand some of you have conditions.
Yes, we do.
We are looking at about 3 weeks of journey. Will that interfere with your condition.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wrote it down.
That's fine.
Very well. Please keep us informed of any changes. But we will be there in 3 weeks. And she just bows and doesn't introduce herself at all. And goes back and disappears beneath the ship. Leaving you to discover where exactly you're staying. No crew really kind of talks to you, engages with you. When you try to speak to them, they just nod politely, bow without saying a word, and will continue on with their work or continue to find other work. They do not engage in conversation whatsoever, no matter how hard you try.
No bare knuckle boxing like
No.
last time.
They move quietly. They move and they move very gracefully. You can make a religion check.
Do they speak to each other?
16.
No.
Do they have tongues?
Tongues?
Yes.
I was like, what?
Ooh.
What did you roll for religion?
16.
Okay. Just gotta find. This giant list of gods. It's always hard to find what I'm looking for. It's my only beef about this world sometimes. So you would suspect that these are servants of Sebek. And there are little denotations, very, very finely. You know to look for them. Little carvings inlaid with a little bit of silver. They're tiny. They're like an inch high. They're all in different places all over the ship, and it is. Where's the symbol here? It's a crocodile head wearing a horned and plumed headdress, and they're tiny, but they're all over the place if you know where to look for them.
That sounds like those guys should be more fun. No fun.
Okay.
So anyway, they continue on with their work and don't engage you for the entire 3 weeks. Is there anything that you want to do in those 3 weeks while you're traveling?
I want to read my note about my new dagger. See if there's anything on there about what it does.
Okay. How do you do that?
I'm gonna ask Van.
Ask Van?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey,
can you read this for me?
read it for you.
Yeah. Just
All
what does it
right.
say?
So you
I
take a
read-
look at the note, and it says definitely not cursed.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. It just says definitely not cursed.
Thanks.
What is this for?
Uh,
Hey.
What about the rest of you?
I'm gonna ask Shriela if she still has that book.
Well, no, I gave that book back, remember? To Rin.
Oh yeah.
We couldn't read it anyways.
Yeah. Maybe Alyx could have.
I know.
maybe.
Well, I'm a bit on the fence about trusting her too much.
Yeah. I wonder if we should show her the bowl.
Not yet.
Maybe we should make her drink the canteen with her. Well, she's religious. Maybe you'll.
No, because she will turn into a weird person. Religious or not, and doesn't choose.
Yeah. I don't know. There's not much to do on this ship. No one wants to gamble or drink.
No one even talks.
No one wants to. It was more fun in the ship with Rin too. I wonder what Rin's doing right now.
I think she is helping Shar come back to life. So I think when Shar talks to you, and that's a sign that she's getting stronger, which is kind of like talking to Rin in a way,
Oh.
right?
Yeah. Well, maybe I can sort of spend this time trying to figure out how to talk to Shar again.
Maybe you should try talking to Rin.
Okay, I'll try talking
Rin's
to
a
Rin.
pretty spiritual person, right?
Yeah. I'll try to. I don't know. I'll try all these different ways. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to meditate in all these different ways. Stand on my head.
I'm trying to counter her focus and shout her in.
Okay.
Do I know about Van's ring or no?
You saw her take it off that dead body.
That's right.
The burned corpse. She just went and plucked it out, and you saw that happen.
I think I remember her saying, like, about that it... Because someone was asking about it, remember? And I think you said that it was...
On the ship.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I still have it, right?
Yeah.
I put it in my back pocket.
Yep.
I
And
took
you
it
stopped
off.
wearing it. Yeah.
I stopped wearing it, yeah.
Okay.
But you do know about it because someone
right.
asked me and we exchanged conversation and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I have my bowl.
Yes, you do.
Is there any change in this bowl?
No.
No, like, energetic change?
No. It's been dormant since you took it away from the Kindred Spirits alcove. Do you want to study it while you're...
Yeah, I think I want to study. Either that or, like, work on my athleticism. Like, those two things I need to work on.
Just climbing all the ropes.
Yeah, I'm like...
Extreme rope training.
It suddenly becomes like this, like, Eye of the Tiger montage
Yeah,
where
yeah.
I'm just like
Shriela does
trying.
CrossFit.
And I'm just like, yeah.
If you commit 3 weeks to that, I will allow you to make it. You can check it off as a proficiency skill.
Oh, committing.
Okay. All right. So you commit.
So
you
much
commit.
less fun.
You commit doing it for the entire time. You gain a bit of muscle mass, and
And
on the last day, all of the quiet sailors give you a
As you make it halfway up a rope.
Yeah.
It's like,
Where all you like?
Okay, so that's what you commit to. What do you want to do, Van, during this entire time?
I'm gonna be practicing the song, the Veil's Lament, all the time because I'm kind of obsessed with it.
Okay.
I'm like really focused on nailing that song.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one thing that you notice when you play this new song you were taught is that it makes you feel a little uneasy. The more you learn and the better you get at the song, the more uncomfortable you get when you play it. The better mastery you have, the more it's almost like it gets harder to play. You seem to like get thrown off with your timing, and the better you get at it, the more you memorize it. But it's only really when you play it that it starts to bother you. You can make an insight check to see about why you think that might be.
3 plus.
You're not sure.
2, 5. Yeah.
You're not sure why, but you can't help but play it because you know what it can do. But it also it makes you really uncomfortable to play it.
Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you practice it the entire time, but that's what you get out of the 3 weeks. At the 2 week point, you guys start throwing yourself into the cages at night. And there is a full moon when you are starting to enter into the inlet towards Elm Watch. And what do you two do to prepare for the transition this time? You know it's coming. You know that in like a day, that's going to be a full moon.
I'm trying to connect because I have a connection with turning into an animal, like with the wild shape. I'm gonna try to use my prayers and focus, like also how elves don't sleep. I'm gonna try to meditate.
Okay.
And control it and try to understand like the feeling when I transform, because I've only transformed once and that's the worst. So I know that it's gonna get better, but I'm gonna try to control it because I know Olive said you can't.
Yep. So on the night of your transition into the werewolf, we'll get to you in a second. What do you do?
I want to try. Because I know I'm in a cage. I'll put the ring back on, and I'm trying to figure out that ring.
Okay, make an insight check.
Nice. 19.
So you take the day leading up to it to study the ring, in between playing your song, and you start to get a feeling for it. It must be because the moon is starting to get fuller. and you are feeling that animal instinct kind of kicking in a little bit. So you're starting to understand how that ring attunes itself to the lycanthropy in your body. So when you transition, you're going to know what that ring does. So you can make a wisdom saving throw.
10.
Actually, you get an advantage too because you're to
Yay! Oh yeah, and don't forget about
Oh,
it.
yeah!
Double advantage.
24.
So on the night when you start to change, you are in a calm place, you're meditating, you are in a restful place, and you are preparing for it. And you know what it feels like to change form into an animal. This is different though. This is not an animal. It's a hybrid of being both human and animal at the same time, so it's foreign to you, but you prepare for it as best you can. And when you feel your muscles start to ripple and this insane anger and like bloodlust and rage come over you, you kind of zen out and you do the transition into this hybrid wearable form with full consciousness. You understand every moment of it as your bones start to like get bigger and stronger, and you hear cracks as like bones like move inside your body and your skin rips and fur starts to spit out from the bleeding skin underneath it. And you watch, you're fully aware of the entire thing as your hands rip open and claws come out from your skin. And you watch it all happen with full consciousness, and it is extremely painful, but you watch it happen. And when it's done, you can make another wisdom saving throw, no advantage this time.
I wouldn't be around it.
Ooh, 24 again.
And you sit there in this animal form, and every once in a while you'll be like, the rest, you're good.
Alright.
So, when you start to transition, you also feel in control. You feel like you focus your energy and your mind on that ring. It's going to help you. You don't know how yet, but that's what you do. That's when you tune yourself to that ring and you start to transition, you start to change. And the same way, like your wife is in a cage next to you, you look at her and you see her going through it, and then it starts to happen to you. Except when you start to do this transition, you are fully conscious of it as well. It doesn't hurt. It feels very normal. But there's a part of you that, when you think about it, you know you can become extremely powerful if you want to. Do you want to?
Yes, because Van is extremely greedy towards power. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Tempted by it.
when
I'm
you
sorry.
you look over and you see Van is transformed also into a similar creature, and where you stopped, she does not. She keeps growing, and she's gonna bust out of that cage.
Shit.
She,
in character.
you're starting to understand. Remember how you saw those heavy smash marks on the deck?
Yeah.
That was Van. And you're starting to see that she'll probably be about 9 or 10 feet tall when she comes out of this full transition. The ring enhances lycanthropy, the ring of Malar. And she starts to get bigger and bigger. You have to make a wisdom saving throw right now as you transition into this more powerful version of a werewolf.
And even though I'm conscious, am I still, like, is it Shriella's mind?
Yeah, you're fully in control.
Can I speak too? Or no?
You
It
can
just
try.
comes out like...
You can try.
No.
Natural 20?
Yeah. So while she's changing, I'd scream out, Van!
Okay,
What?
so you hear a...
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So you all of a sudden you hear an animal version of your wife's voice, but you realize that you're getting, and the rage, like this red vision is starting to blur over, and you feel you're going to lose control, but you manage to stop yourself, And you know if you go into that state, if you allow your mind and your consciousness to flow into that state, it's not yourself anymore. You can do it, but it's not you anymore. And there's nothing you can do about it. That ring only allows you to do it. But when you enter into it, it's no longer Van, it's the monster.
Okay. Yeah,
But you now know how to do it on command.
Ooh.
Like, it's not a...
So she can just put the ring on even when it's not a full moon and transform.
Yeah.
But
she
I
has
have
no
the ring on.
But she has no
The ring,
control.
the ring has to be on.
Right? Like
You have control. You can shift whenever you want to. You can shift to your werewolf form.
Mm-hmm.
You can also shift to that monster form whenever you want to.
When she's in the monster
But the monster form is like
Monster
in
form,
control.
everything
Yeah.
is a snack.
No,
You
no,
are a
that's-
full monster.
Yeah, so you can
Okay.
become a werewolf and you know what you're doing. You can, like,
Yeah.
attack
Yeah.
bad guys
So
and
you
stuff,
could be
or
like
you-
where I'm at right now in the cage. Or,
Yeah, or I can be just like extreme furriness, which we
Yeah.
don't want. Yeah. Okay.
Because we'll become mini
So that is what
monsters.
you understand about yourself, and you saw what happened to her. So there's still another week at sea after that awkwardness,
Totally.
and you eventually arrive in. You don't go straight to Elm's Watch. That little boat that you arrived into, the larger one, has been behind this larger vessel the entire time. They don't say a word to you. All they do is the captain comes out, and she says, "We've arrived near your destination. The little craft will take you the rest of the way, and our contract is at an end."
Thank you.
So she tells her men to get the boat ready, just in one kind of word she says in Mohorundi. They all start getting to work, and that little ship comes up beside, plants itself. They lower down a rope bridge, and you can get into the craft. You take the craft to Elm's Watch, and Elm's Watch is this. So when we'll say that the sun is rising as you get down into this craft, and now you can see out in the distance, it is a low plains for quite some time, but in the distance, in the kind of the very foggy distance, you see snow-covered mountains, and it's getting into fall now, and because it was summer, right, when we started? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's getting into fall now. And so you can actually see that the trees are changing. They're starting to lose their leaves. You are now in a more northern location. You feel the cold air coming down from the mountains across the ocean, and this is home for you. You've gone from one sweltering hot shithole to
Thank you.
to this northerly, this ice cold wind that just reminds you of your family and home. And you guys get down into the boat, and it starts to take you off. And as you start to get closer, you see this kind of quiet little sleepy village right on the coast. It looks like a very small trading town, probably a fishing town that's right on the ocean. And it's not a big place. It's not a massive port. It literally, as the boat starts to kind of come in, you can see that there's 2 small docks, and there's actually people just fishing off of it. It's a village of maybe 300 or 400 people. It's very small. And you guys kind of float up, and you see 2 guys kind of fishing there. Looks over. Yep. 4 women in a boat just kind of rolling up onto their dock, and they just keep fishing. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna like put up my hood and pull my cloak around.
Yeah, it's fairly cold. You feel like it's probably like at most like +5 Celsius. It's a crisp cold air. No, you've never been in a place like this.
Cool.
Is it
No, my fur feels good now,
Yeah.
and then I put my cloak on. Yeah.
Okay, so the boat comes up to one of the docks, and the fishermen are just watching this ridiculous ragtag crew of women in a small magic boat pull up, and they don't really pay you too much mind. They're watching you, but they haven't said anything at this point. And you crawl up onto the dock, and there's this kind of small, sleepy town, and it's early in the morning. They're getting up. It looks like it might be a mix of like a fishing village with a bit of like agrarian culture. There's maybe a few small farms around the outside of this very small town, and there's a couple kids playing early in the morning, chasing each other around further up. Shriela she feels angry.
No, I
wants to
have
kill some
fear.
children.
I have fear.
Excuse
I'm
me,
like, oh
children.
God, kids.
I'm like, stay away, woman.
And the four of you are on the docks. What do you do?
I could go for some dried fish and some yak
pretty
cheese.
hungry.
Yak cheese.
Yeah, me too.
Well, you seem to know what you're doing. Where's Ilmwatch?
Well, where is Avalon from?
You're there.
Oh yeah, we're here.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is it? Like this?
Yeah, I travel around, but I haven't come down this south with the barbarian tribes because this city's too big for us to be around. Because we tend to destroy things.
It's so small. What do people even do around here?
You eat yak cheese and you milk the yaks.
In which order?
You do them both at once.
Well, if it's pretty small, then we can probably just wander.
Yeah, there's a tavern. Maybe we should ask these fishermen.
Have you actually been here before? This is pretty far from your homeland.
Yeah, I haven't come down
probably a
this
couple
far.
hundred miles.
Yeah, I haven't come down this far. So.
But even these small towns would definitely have a little place for them to drink. There's not much else to do.
Why don't you ask?
Do you have any dried fish?
He said, well, he speaks in a very thick northern accent. It sounds similar to like a lot of the people you met back at the Kindred Spirits alcove. And, well, yes, you can go in further as there's some of the wives will have some of the fish drying from our catches this morning. I'm sure we can sell you some food. Where are you from, strangers?
Here and there.
Came in on a weirdly magical little boat.
Yeah, it's our first time.
Ah, interesting. What are you gonna... And the boat kind of turns and starts going back. Like, They look at it. So where are you all from?
I don't even know these people.
I'm from
All different
I'm from Bassa.
places.
Ah, quite a long ways from home.
Yeah. We're on the way up there, so it's a long journey. So we were looking for a tavern.
Ah, well, yes, there is there's a place where we all gather for a few drinks after a long day. I'm sure you'll find some refreshment there and maybe some food as well.
Oh, good. Is it good food? Yeah, that means it's good.
That's the universal sign of it's good, yeah.
All right.
So, do you guys head into town? Make perception checks.
Oh, whoops.
Keep it.
Oh!
I rolled a 1 though, so.
Oh no.
Oh, what?
2 ones.
It always is in you at the same time. Like there's more than one player.
It was like
It's
19 though.
It's spreading.
Spreading.
Okay, what did you guys get?
Girls.
16.
Ben?
20.
8.
So as you start to enter into town, it's just really quiet. Like you have gone from Skull, this giant metropolis, to the quietest, sleepiest town that you've probably ever been in. And the people are very, very simple people. As you walk in, you can see that they live a very simple life. They are large families. Mostly, it's pretty much all human here. You don't see, at this immediate moment, any other races that live here. But they are, the women are kind of going about their day, getting, things ready for their kids. And it's like they have 7 to 8 kids each, like at their large families. But it's just quiet. You can hear music coming from inside some of the different huts that are around this place. They're kind of small thatched huts that they live in. And yeah, you can hear women singing kind of as they go about their day, and the men are out fixing and repairing, but it's just quiet. Little smoke coming out of their chimneys. And as you walk in, you get to this town center. Beyond that, you can see a little building, which is probably the drinking hole. The two of you, as you get closer to the center, you see a what are those things what I was building in that horror game that I was playing? What was it called? No. What are they called?
Paintus?
No, like the thing with burning heads.
Effigies.
Yeah, it's an
Effigy.
effigy. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Don't use words anymore. There's a weird effigy type looking thing with the body of a man. It's built out of straw and it's clothed. It has a humanoid body, and at the top is a cloth made mask that looks like an animal head stuffed with straw. and it's in the dead center of town. As you get closer to it, you guys both spot it immediately. It's at the center of the town, and pretty much right away you have an association that is some kind of effigy to Malar.